Hey, you bums, it's your favorite fantasy football guru, Steve, aka The Bum, and welcome to my first fantasy football video. Alright, so before I get into any football stuff, I want to kind of explain what I'm doing here. You've never seen any videos from me, you may not even ever seen any pictures of me. Well, this is The Bum, this is Steve. I will be attempting to do a video every week during the football season. I will try to do some during the off season. But for the most part, right now, I am just testing things out. I've been talking about it on Twitter. I just got new equipment. So it all should be working great. This should be pretty high quality of a video. But for right now, I'm just testing. I'm going to talk some football here in a minute. But just to let you guys know, I will be posting stuff weekly. Especially if this goes well, maybe even more. For right now, I am just going to go over a couple quick things, things that surprised me this year, things that disappointed me this year, and a couple players to watch during the offseason. So sit back and enjoy the video. Alright, so before I get into everything, I want to take just a second and say that I don't have a lot of stats planned out. I don't have a lot of things mapped out as far as where I'm going to go with this video. This is really a last minute, want to see how all this stuff works kind of thing. But I do have a couple things to say, so I'll get right into it. The first person that disappointed me this year was LeSean McCoy. I thought he was going to get 300 carries. Again, he had a couple injuries. He had Williams running pretty well behind him, vulturing some TDs, but for the most part, he just didn't look like the guy that was going to get 300 carries in the beginning of the year, like Rex had planned. He came out saying that they were going to run him into the ground. They tried, I guess, but it just didn't end up happening. And Williams actually ended up being someone that you could count on for a couple games. He was, especially in the beginning, he was scoring a touchdown every game, which was nice. But LeSean McCoy definitely disappointed me. I drafted him a little bit higher than I may have drafted him, but you know, what can you do? Sometimes you miss something. Matt Ryan, he has so many tools around him. Why can't this guy score points each and every week? He started off okay, looked good. But then during the end of the season, he just couldn't put some points on the board, and they did go to the run a lot more, and I'll get to Freeman here in a minute, but really he needs to pick it up for upcoming seasons if we're going to consider him as a fantasy football option. Lastly, Evans, Mike Evans really disappointed me this year. He picked it up a little bit towards the end of the season or mid-season. He had a lot of drops this year. You couldn't really blame Winston. Winston was able to get the ball to Vincent Jackson a lot, and Vincent Jackson had a decent season. But Mike Evans, I don't know if it was the injury in the beginning of the season or what, but I mean, he had the dropsies, trust me. And it was frustrating watching him. But he's definitely a guy that I was pretty disappointed in this year. Alright, coming back around to something I spoke about before, these are some of the players that I was pretty shocked about. I guess we'll start with Freeman. Freeman, the running back from the Atlanta Falcons, he definitely shocked me this year. He played really well. He was a real option for a while. He was carrying teams to victory. He was the best running back in the league for quite a while. He did drop off a little bit, which in a way, I'm not shocked at because he's a small guy, and that's really the reason why I was shocked about him in general was how small he was. I never thought that he could be an every down back. I just thought he was kind of a third down back type of, little tool that they could use, throwing in the flats or something or running off the edges. But he definitely proved himself this year. I'm not sure about next year, and I personally probably won't be drafting him, and that's coming from an Atlanta fan. But at the same time, he did his thing this year, and he earns a little bit of respect from me. Next person is Hopkins from the wide receiver from the Houston Texans. Sorry, I definitely didn't think he was wide receiver one material. I knew he had a good year. I was afraid of the quarterback situation. I was afraid that if he was the only option on the team, which by name he really was, unless you're talking about some of the other dudes that they had on the team. But I thought maybe teams would be able to double team him, to focus on him. Really wasn't the case, and it didn't really matter even if they tried. The guy is unreal. He made a lot of catches this year. He was really fun to watch, actually. He shocked me a lot. I definitely was wrong about him in the beginning of the year. I did pick him a lot, even though I was really low on him. But where I was picking wide receivers, it was really just him and Jordan Matthews. And I should have talked about Jordan Matthews in the disappointment area, but I think it's just sickening what he did to me. So I don't even think I want to talk about it. But Hopkins did great this year. Really cool to see. I am excited to see what he does in the future. Okay, so I have a player that I want to watch this year or during the offseason. Kelvin Benjamin. Everybody kind of forgets about him. They've been on a great roll this year, but I feel like we kind of forget the fact that this guy was a stud in his rookie year. He got injured in the preseason. Everybody counted Cam Newton out because of this injury. And they've been still playing lights out, one of the best offenses in the league. And now I'm just thinking, when he gets back, it's going to be ridiculous. They're going to be crazy. So I'm really looking forward to see if he comes back healthy, if he comes back fit, if he takes it serious. Because I know that he said once that in his rookie year he kind of slacked a bit in the beginning of the year, which is due to a little bit of it was Cam not being able to work with them and stuff like that. I don't know. It was just a bunch of quotes, but I'm hoping he takes it serious. He gets back strong because I really think that he's a guy that could be a wide receiver one and a guy that's gonna change your team. Could possibly win you some championships. So look out for Kelvin Benjamin. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit rough and a little bit long. I'm going to try to make it shorter and make them neater. But let me know what you thought. Down in the comments, leave it, and I will read them and respond. You can always tweet me at BumsBlitz. That's usually the best way to get a hold of me. You can ask me questions. You can just talk football if you want. I'm always down to do that. So get a hold of me. Let's talk. And I will hopefully see you sooner than the beginning of next season. Until then, talk to you later.